all right, so this is me. I can't talk in my head anymore, but I need to talk. I need to continuously talk because that way that helps me. And so here's what I don't get. I have to give a presentation next week on interracial marriages. Now, nobody in that class, unless they've come forward right now, has an experience of interracial marriage. So what do? I'll turn the light on here, okay? So what do? I can share my experience, but when I get done, do I know that they're going to take that experience or know if that's true? And when do we ever get to the point where we can actually just take our parents' influence out of it, our friends' influence out of it, and just sit in that class with as diverse as we are, and this is what, I think about, and just openly talk about this, right? Just openly talk, because this professor wants to put it all on race. And I can't, because I took the class thinking it was going to be on race, gender, and ethnicity. And if you make everything about race, then you, or at least me, or at least it seems the world, if that has been how the class is taught, then in 2016, we've never even taken care of race. And so I'll accept all white, right? Or no, how about I don't? And we spread it all around. But at some point, we got to bury race or have it so much in front and on a topic all the time that it becomes just as desensitized that we can move forward. Or we never move forward. Or at least, in my mind, we never move forward to heal a world. And maybe that's too deep. Maybe we all got too far away from each other as nomads and we can't get back together again, and that's it. And that's really sad if that's the world in this case right now. And I'm trying to figure out where the world is right now and where I fit into it. So that way I continue to be successful in the world. And if you give me a book written by an author that has bias, and I have bias through life experience, then that means we've never gotten to a point after the class where we've fixed the world and healed the world. Okay? And if we don't have a religious doctrine that talks about it and is the tolerant of everyone in the world, then we have failed somewhere to make the connection between what we need to do. Or we still have universities that is parroting only that is given to them, and they are not true teachers that I have known as true teachers in the world, that I have best friends and everything, that I can model what it is to be a teacher. And all you have is universities full of these industrialized walking magnets that go from classroom to classroom and are stuck onto the wall and talk about and parrot through what they themselves have not even realized and fathomed to make the connections between all the webs of what is creation or the Big Bang or whatever. But I need to talk to everyone about what I know, so that way I at least can move forward. Do you understand? So I know I have family and friends, and I know I have a wife, and they know that everything that I say, when I'm saying it, that says that I am speaking the truth, then it is the truth. And your bias of your experiences that you've had all throughout your lives can only add more to my truth that I have discovered out. So why don't we stop all the fucking bullshit that's going on, where it's going on, and why don't we just get down to what is the absolute fucking truths about life? And that is, I only know what I know, and you only know what you know, and together we make better people to solve problems in the world when we get to share who is truly in ourselves, who we truly are. Then you just now met a real person. And I have met some really great, real fucking people in my life. But when I have to tell you about my life, it is not just comedy. It is tragedy and joy. But I can't move forward if this academia and this religion is the only two things that I have to put together without consulting my friends. Because I know every truth that I have throughout 44 years. And I know my best friend has his truths and her truths, and all the truths are out there. But no one has really just come together and go, what the fuck is the truth? Because I would love to get together with everybody in the world and Skype, or go to wherever it is you congregate and go to and be social, as long as I don't have to put up with fucking untruth bullshit. Do you understand what I'm coming to? So don't give me 10 fucking religions to pick from to figure out the truth. Just ask me what the truth is for me, and I'll tell you what it is. And then you can compare the truth for you, and then we can be best friends and love each other like, well, maybe not, because maybe the truths won't agree. Maybe we have to disagree about each of our truths in order to move on to fix the world. All I know is what I've dissected through academia so far. And the mathematical models don't make sense and they don't add up. And if that's the best we can do right now with technology, then that's the best we can do with technology right now. So we got to get together and develop some better technology. Or we got to get together, or I just got to do something and get my degree, and then just love my wife, and that's it. And I don't know. The next time, no, that's it. See, the burden is not on me anymore. That's good. All I need to do is just live my life and take whatever bullshit fucking words that are on whatever page, whatever, from whatever author throughout whatever millennia it is, and go, you know what? This is fucking bullshit because that's not what I experienced. And then just talk to somebody else and go, well, there's some truth because my truth and that truth, all right, either disagrees or agrees with this. And so either we're not fucking running out of natural resources or we are. Either there is a God or there isn't. The only thing I know is I'm Michael. That's it. And I'm married to a wonderful transgender person who loves me for whatever crazy I am, for whatever human I am, for whatever brother, And that's it. That's all that matters. But I agree that there's problems in the world that need to be addressed and looked at. But I'm 44. And I and learning who I am right now, because it's taken me time to match and put these all together and formulate my own self. And that's because my path history is different from your path history. But that doesn't mean my path history is any different truth than your path history is. Do you understand what I'm saying? The only truth we know in life is the life experience we have. When we compare my life experiences and your life experiences, then you know what? We can come to a truth that we can coexist and live together. And then we can worry about bigger problems, okay? About whether there's a God or not a God and whether religion is or whatever. All I know is I love you. If I've met you through your life, whatever, however I've been, if I've been a bully, if I've been whatever I've been all through life to you, you have imparted more to mold me into a better person than I ever have on you. So thank you. And I'm Michael. And I love becoming Michael and loving my wife. And sometimes I will never know what you're thinking, and you'll never know what I'm thinking, but you can always come back to this videos and all the videos here and you will go, that's Clem. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's Clem, and that's who Clem is, and that's who Michael is. And that's who Michael Clem is together. And they all are one piece. And it's from religion, and it's from academia, and for him to be the best person he is, he has to combine the two. He doesn't agree that they're separate. He doesn't agree that that's worked for this world. He doesn't agree with all the institutions and how you want to keep everything separate. But I don't agree with religious doctrines because I think they're just fables. And so you may hate me that way. All I know is where the world is, not because of media, but because of what I read and what I believe, right? And that I formulate truths from. And I had to step away from religion and academia and media and all of that, okay? And come down here in Bakersfield. Who moves to fucking Bakersfield? Who? I was glad that Bakersfield accepted me and got me right, wrong, and indifferent. And they've allowed me to become Michael Clem, the best person he'll ever be able to be. Ever. As he moves forward in the future of years that comes. And he's going to tell a lot of people about the first 44 years and the death of his mom and his dad shooting himself and all of that. And I'm going to tell that story with respect to my brother and my sister and my friends. And so there's a lot of stuff that I can't share with you because they have to decide themselves how far, right? And there's a lot of things you'll never know about me, right? But you got to meet Michael Clem. And you get to all the time. Anytime you want to. Because I'm going to get my degree. Whether I go to a school or not. There's one school out there that needs Michael Clem as a PhD professor if to do nothing else but contradict everything else in the world that's being said today. Because he has life experiences. And I know doctors who are doctors. And I know teachers who are teachers. And I know PhDs who are PhDs. Okay? But I also know what some other people need that you're not giving them. And they need someone else like me. And I'm going to be there. And I'm going to finish this whole progression. And I finally get to be Michael Clem. And I know I alienate a lot of people. But as I had a great professor, Dr. Brett Schmoll, tell me, they will never, ever, 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 ever understand Michael Clem on a written text. And I don't know how that manifests forward. I don't care. What I do know is who I am and how great that is and how I get to come home to this awesome transgender woman, male to female, and she hates Bakersfield. Because it fucking sucks down here for somebody like that. Unless people change. I'm looking at the world and going, I'm at Bakersfield and I want to go everywhere. But I have a wife with me that she has to be comfortable going anywhere else in the world. Right? And I got pretty tough with my skin over 44 years. But she's, I don't know. I don't know how tough she is. I haven't seen her have to go through the same things. Although I do know her childhood. And you, just as people watch this video and there's people worse off than I am. Right? And you know who you are. You just have to decide at the point where you are in life is, are you going to harbor that or forgive yourself where you are and become great? Because that happened to you and life happens to other people and we all have different degrees of how we put ourselves back together from the tragedies and the joys and how we mold ourselves going forward. All right? And I can't keep explaining where I am and who I am as Michael Clem when I start talking really deep, because that's just me. And there's only a few people throughout my whole history who know me and know how to interact with me. But that's my fault, because that's how I alienated myself. And so that's all good. But I'm not alienating myself anymore. And I am really going to be able to have a wonderful life. And get to know all of you. And you get to know me again. And it's going to be awesome. Thank you. I really like it. Oh, it's awesome. I like it good. That's cool.